Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Java with the Gyms. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now you have a friend in the real estate business. I am with my friend Aaron Spradlin, and Aaron, you are consultant in the world of midterm and corporate rentals. And so I wanted to ask you a question. What sort of real estate consulting advice do you provide?
Yeah, so a lot of the clients that work with me, they are not sure if they should hire property management or not, and they're also not sure about the legality or how you set up a midterm rental. They might feel like they know a long term or a short term, but they're not quite sure how to source tenants for this midterm space, being a 30 plus day furnished rental. So a lot of the consulting I do is just talking them through the platforms, how you want to market on the platforms. People have a lot of questions around insurance, leasing, deposits. And then, I would say, I think my major value add is that I can speak to those things. But more important than that, I think a lot of people think no one will ever rent my place. And it's like most places are very rentable. It's more of like a marketing issue than a rental issue. So if someone is struggling to get a place rented, just talking about the things that are really winning for that property and trying to highlight them. And then also maybe play with the pricing or the different platforms. I think the main thing is that sometimes people get discouraged or scared because they have a property and it hasn't rented for a week or two. I kind of see my job is to come in and make you money as soon as possible. I work for you. So I just try to evaluate the property and say, I think switch these three things and you'll have a rental soon. And if not, come back and talk to me.
And how do you get paid?
I get paid by Venmo and Zelle, and so I get paid on an hourly rate. So I offer packages of 1 hour, 2 hours, or if somebody is just not interested at all in doing it themselves, I will set up their listing and source their first tenant and vet the first one for them. That's a little bit more expensive. Or if they want a smaller package, I will also set up their listing and talk them through it so that then if they want to have the autonomy or the education, I just kind of feel like at this point, property management for midterm and long term, a lot of hosts could handle that if they just had the confidence to take it on, or maybe someone to walk them through the first one. But they don't need to be giving away 15% of their take every month if they can just have somebody help them out with the first guest.
Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, once you get them up and running, usually you could just push them out of the nest and they're gonna fly. Am I right?
Exactly. And also property managers usually charge half for the first month and then a cut after that. And that's not what I do. I do kind of a one and done fee, and then people can hire me after that if they have further questions. But my goal really is to make it so that yes, you can push the baby bird out of the nest and they can fly on their own.
That's wonderful. Okay, and what area do you cover?
I cover the entire United States. So, I mean, when I'm working in a real estate capacity as a real estate professional, I'm in Colorado and I mostly service Metro Denver and Metro Colorado Springs. I have referrals for other areas in Colorado that I can't service. But as far as my consulting clients, I work with people in Canada and in the United States. I have a lot of interest, I would say, from Washington, New York, Florida, Texas, some of the bigger locations with bigger cities. But I work in the whole US because the model and the way you set it up is going to be similar. And then we're just going to zero in depending on the type of property and also depending on the kind of landlord the person wants to be.
Okay, well, I'd like to be a cruel landlord.
Would you?
Yes.
I feel like you have to acquire a lot of properties to get to that goal. Do you have 100 or more properties? I
No,
think
not yet. I'm under 100. So
that's when you can really flex and take advantage of people, which I don't think we should do. I don't think
okay,
we
so
should.
so slumlords are not welcome. Am I right?
Slumlords are not welcome. I
Okay.
think everybody has I think it's just as easy to be a good landlord as it is a slum landlord. It might even be easier. So
Okay,
I
well,
don't,
good. Because we want our friends to be able to sleep at night when they're collecting those checks.
I think too, just on a more serious note, I think sometimes people talk about renters or tenants as like they don't have pride of ownership. And I don't believe that. I think we need to start changing the language about that. Like, I think renters and tenants take it very seriously. And I think most small landlords actually take it very seriously too. So just my
And a lot of
PS.
these, right, a lot of these short term or midterm, they're maybe students or nurses or whatever. They're working 12-hour days and they want a nice, decent place that they are going to treat like their own. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
100%. And I think too, I mean, these people pay your mortgage. So I think they have earned due respect for that.
right. Okay. Should we come back tomorrow and talk about the books you've written?
Absolutely.
Awesome.